is it a good idea to put a round thing in a square hole?
Oh.
Yes, Lisa.
When you're dating a robot.
Yes.
Well... Are we talking about the period between being 10 and 30, darling? No, is the answer.
No.
OK, here is the thing. There is an actual practical application for this. Trees do better if you plant them in square holes. Now, this is a marvellous thing, partly because it's obviously easier to dig a square
Well, God, yes.
hole is the first thing. So what happens if you plant a tree into a round hole, the tree roots, they become used to the sort of recently turned soil that they've been planted in, and when they hit the compacted soil at the edge of the hole, they respond by spiralling around the edge, and eventually they'll grow into a tight ring and you can actually choke or even kill the plant. If you have a square hole, the tree roots are going to do better because they're not good at turning right angles. They just don't like it.
Oh. Very clever. Who discovered that?
I know, isn't it wonderful? So if you put it in a round hole, it'll grow around like that. But if you put it in a square hole, once it gets to the edge, it'll think, well, I just need to keep going. And it'll push through the soil. And so a square-holed tree can much more easily establish itself. I did not know this. And I mean, I don't plant all that many trees, if I'm honest with you.
No. Well, I mean, you don't tend to, do you?
No.
I mean...
Well, do you know what the Guinness World Record is for the most trees planted by an individual in 24 hours? How many do you think?
In 24 hours? I'm sure it was a drug dealer, marijuana.
No, actual trees.
By hand, was this?
Yes, by hand.
By hand.
Yep.
Oh,
5,000.
And one.
15,170 red pine seedlings. It's a gentleman called Ken Chaplin from Saskatoon in central Canada. This is Ken here. And he broke the previous record of 12,380 trees, which had been set by his twin brother, Kurt.
You've got this sort of rival forests.
I know, isn't this the most extraordinary thing? It's one tree every 4.5 seconds.
That's extraordinary.
Is it?
Which would you rather be, a square peg in a round hole or a round peg in a square hole?
The tree one, I'm going to go, I'd like to be round peg in a square hole, please, Sandy. Answer 2.
Yes.
You're absolutely right, darling. It is the better fit. One of the earliest citations of the phrase comes from this gentleman here. Do you remember when everybody had their portrait done from the side? Do you remember there was a thing, wasn't there?
I can do heads, I can do profile.
Yeah.
I cannot do hands.
No. Yeah. Or two eyes.
You do the suggestion of a wrist. No? I do the sleeve and then it just tapers away. I cannot do hands. You'll have to get someone else in to do the hands. They can join on. But I do not do hands and I only do profiles. What, can you do the hint of a second eye? No. I can do one eye.
From the side.
I can do the other side of the head on the other side of the canvas. You hang it in the middle of the room, see one side, go around the other side, but no hands.
One ear.
Yeah, just one ear.
All right, well, when will it be ready? Oh, I can do it in seconds.
Anyway, this is a journalist who went by the marvellous name of Albany Fonblanc.
Let's just use that for booking restaurants.
I know.
Albany Fonblanc? Mais oui, monsieur.
Of the Guildford Fonblancs.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos.